Hey, what's up? I've on Twitter for ever since yesterday afternoon. This morning I woke up. What's trending is hashtag GOP hates poor people. Well, I've been on there giving it hell because you know how I hate the filthy rich. Lots of conservative Christians on there talking all kinds of shit about Jesus. Jesus was not rich. I just had a guy tell me that Jesus, because of the gift of the Magi, was worth $300 million. And while he loved poor people, he himself was filthy rich. I dispute that. For the simple fact is that when Jesus had his little church going, his little 12 walking around preaching his word, tax time came. Well, this man who possessed evidently $300 million worth of wealth couldn't pay his freaking taxes. He had to go on a fishing trip and get a coin out of the fish's mouth to pay his taxes. Now, that's not something a man who has the wealth of $300 million is going to do. He was buried in a borrowed tomb. Now, you can get all Jesus-y and say, well, he was buried in a borrowed tomb because he was only going to use it for 3 days. Yeah, that's a nice story for Sunday school. But the reality was he was buried in a borrowed tomb because he was piss-ass broke. That's why. Jesus wasn't rich. He was a Jew living in Jerusalem when it was being occupied by the goddamn Romans. He wasn't rich. Jesus never jacked off the rich. Jesus told Nicodemus, if you want to follow me, if you want to have what I'm offering, then you need to sell everything you have. You need to sell it all and then come follow me. Because you can't be bound down with all that wealth, because that is your God. Wealth will always become one's God. Always. That's why that same book says that the love of money is the root of all that is evil. The love of money is the root of all that is evil. And you say, I can have money and not love it. It's impossible. It is a demon in and to itself. It will attach to you and it will suffocate you. It will make you a greedy bitch. It will create its own love. A lust. A perverted lust. Jesus wasn't pro the rich. My God, those two rich dudes shows up to pay their money, chunks their big chunk of money into the kitty in the pot, and oh, they be so proud. Look how much money I give. I'm a rich man, and look how much money I gave. And yet here comes the poor little widow, and she feebly walks up to the plate, and she drops in her penny, and Jesus stomps it off. It says, look, she has given more than every one of you. The rich lost their freaking minds. What do you mean she has given more than me? Look how much money I have given. Jesus told him, you filthy rich, you gave out of your excess. It didn't faze you at all. You will never miss a dime of what you put in that kitty. But this little woman right here, this poor little old widow woman, she has given out of her need, out of her want. She can't afford to give the penny, but she gave it anyway. The filthy rich are filthy, and Jesus never, ever, ever jacked off the filthy rich. Never. The Old Testament tells us the righteous care about justice for the poor, but the wicked, they have no such concern. So if you want to be all Jesus-y and you want to be all Christian and you want to tie your religion to a political party, you got to do better than the GOP. You got to do better than the T-Nut Nation, because there is none righteous in them, no, not one. Praise Jesus.